Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to the deep dive. We take your sources, your notes, your research, and dive deep to pull out the core ideas and insights.
Sounds good.
And today we're plunging into, well, a world where the roar of a finely tuned engine meets the hum of decentralized finance. It's a combination that really makes you think.
Yeah, the material you sent over outlines this product called ZENO Racing. It's got these narrative descriptions, development concepts, paints quite a picture of the vision, how it's supposed to work, the experience they're aiming for.
Exactly. So our mission for this deep dive is to go through these sources and really try to identify the core concepts, the features, and, well, the big picture goals that define Zeno Racing.
It's definitely this interesting blend. You've got physical high-speed kart racing on one side,
Right.
and then these pretty cutting-edge concepts from blockchain, DeFi, NFTs on the other.
It is a surprising combination, isn't it? Like, what happens, as the source material puts it, when the vault, which I guess means luxury stored value,
Right, that seems to be the implication.
when that goes velocity?
It's a catchy phrase. And it ties into how they frame the brand origin, doesn't it? This idea of Zeno Motorz.
Yeah. Born in vaults, polished with power, and now hitting the track. That's the narrative.
And the vision described is an elite, invitation-only racing ecosystem. Very exclusive sounding.
Very. And the sources get quite specific about the physical side, the locations.
Yeah.
Phase 1 planned for Florida.
Yeah, specifically the Sarasota area. The material highlights that luxury sport lifestyle vibe there. And its proximity, Tampa, Naples, Orlando, nearby.
Makes sense for that target audience, I suppose.
And then future phases looking at Texas and Georgia.
So definitely rooted in real places, real tracks, but with this very specific, high-end, exclusive feel layered on top.
Absolutely. And when you look at the racing experience itself, the sources talk about tracks engineered for dominance, karts tuned for power, precision, and prestige.
That word, prestige, keeps coming up.
It does. That emphasis on luxury and exclusivity running alongside the performance is like a constant theme. We're talking trackside villas, VIP garages.
On-site tuning labs, branded gear.
Yeah.
The whole package.
Exactly. The idea is it's the entire environment, the whole experience, not just the race.
And they lay out different ways to participate, right? Junior legends, adult adrenaline.
And VIP karting.
Yeah, that VIP level. The description there is pretty memorable. Business deals are made at 90 mph.
That phrase just jumps out, doesn't it? It immediately tells you who they're thinking of, what the vibe is for that tier.
High-speed networking, status building.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The material sums it all up by calling it motorsport remastered.
Okay, so motorsport remastered. We've got the physical luxury racing aspect down. But here's where it gets, well, really interesting and kind of novel.
The tech integration.
Yeah, the deep integration with blockchain and DeFi. The sources use terms like kinetic vault.
And a DeFi-infused circuit.
Right, where speed, prestige, and decentralized finance become one seamless ecosystem. That's a bold claim.
It is. And what's really fascinating is how they propose connecting that physical performance to digital value. The core mechanic seems to be this earn-to-race concept.
Earn to race, so you compete, you win.
And you collect ZNG tokens.
Ah, the ZNG token. The source material calls it the sovereign digital currency, powering the whole Zeno ecosystem. Vaults, racing, rentals.
That's the plan, yeah. Its utility seems quite broad based on the description.
Like what specifically?
Well, the material lists using ZNG for track entry fees, renting the karts, tuning services, minting NFTs, also staking, accessing yield, and other sort of exclusive Zeno experiences.
Okay.
They even mention XP or like performance-based token multiplier. So performing better might actually mean earning more tokens.
Interesting. And it also gives participants a say, doesn't it, through DAO.
Exactly. The DAO concept, Decentralized Autonomous Organization, usually means token holders get voting rights.
Right.
And here, the idea is that by holding ZNG, participants don't just race, they're meant to govern the track.
Govern the physical track. How would that actually work, according to the sources?
Well, the material suggests voting on things like events, track themes, proposing new course layouts.
Wow. Actual track changes?
Yeah, track changes, deciding prize pools, allocating the DAO's funds, maybe approving vault upgrades, NFT drops, even choosing locations for new city expansions.
That's a really direct link. Digital ownership influencing a physical private space.
It definitely raises questions about how that governance would be implemented, doesn't it? But it's a core part of the concept presented.
Okay, so that's the DAO.
Yeah.
Let's talk NFTs, non-fungible tokens. How do they fit into this racing world?
Well, the source details something called on-chain time trials. The idea is every race gets logged, time-stamped, and then minted as an NFT.
So the race itself becomes a digital asset.
Yeah.
Verifiable.
Exactly. Your skills, your race history, tracked on the blockchain, even for junior racers, apparently.
Okay, beyond just the race log, what other kinds of NFTs are mentioned? What do they do?
There are a few types listed. You've got trophies described as limited edition, digitally signed, tradable, verifiable, basically proof of skill in digital form.
Right.
Then access cards for unlocking, say, elite track time or maybe hidden vault rooms.
Hidden vault rooms?
And upgrade NFTs. These could enhance your racing rig, your kart, or potentially unlock boosted staking pools, tying back to the DeFi side.
And there was something about social prestige, too.
Yeah, like a badge you can flex across the Zeno ecosystem and maybe partner metaverses.
And it seems crucial, based on the material, that these aren't just digital pictures. They're meant to unlock actual power or perks, real utility.
Precisely. They're designed with function within the Zeno realm in mind, not just cosmetic.
Okay. What other tech pieces fit in? Staking was mentioned.
Right, staking. It's a pretty common crypto concept. You lock up tokens, you get rewards or privileges.
So how does it work here?
In Zeno Racing, the idea is you could stake your ZNG tokens in these things called staking garages. And doing that might let you reserve exclusive carts or get VIP tuning sessions or maybe early access to race heats.
This connects back to the original Zeno Vault idea again, doesn't it? The source talks about vault yield racing.
It does, yeah. This seems key. It implies that your winnings from racing tokens, maybe other assets you acquire, can then be staked into, say, precious metal vaults or crypto vaults.
To generate passive yield.
Exactly. So it's this direct link. Your skill on the physical track translates into potential passive income from assets held in a vault. Win a race, potentially boost your yield generation.
That's quite a feedback loop they're envisioning.
It is. The source also mentions AI-powered coaching.
Ah, yeah. What's that about?
Performance data from your races gets fed into an AI engine. It then recommends training, suggests upgrades, maybe even boosts your profile value somehow. So using tech for performance improvement too.
Right. Not just the financial or asset side. It's leveraging data for the sport itself.
Makes sense. They also touch on the kind of overall tech stack they intend to use. Blockchain for the race logging, AI coaching, NFT leaderboards.
Even things like solar-powered track operations are mentioned.
Yeah, and this concept of a futuristic HUD, a heads-up display, maybe blending race stats, yield returns, social XP, were quite ambitious stuff.
And the blockchain platform, they specified that, didn't they?
They did. ZNG is planned for Ethereum mainnet, but with Polygon compatibility. The description used was premium but scalable.
So leveraging Ethereum security, maybe, but Polygon for speed and lower costs.
That seems to be the rationale. And they also mention potential future bridges to other chains, Immutable, Arbitrum, BSC, Solana.
Which suggests they're thinking about interoperability, maybe connecting with gaming or other ecosystems down the line.
Could it be? It keeps options open.
So ZNG clearly isn't just for the racing side. The source is explicit. It's the sovereign thread uniting all the Zeno branches, Volt, racing, and planned rentals.
Yeah, it points towards this envisioned cross-branch economy, a really integrated ecosystem.
How would that flow work, theoretically?
Well, the idea seems to be that yield earned from the vault could maybe help fund performance upgrades for your racing.
Okay.
Winnings from racing might be used for, say, car rentals or parts in the rentals division, and maybe XP you gain from rentals could unlock governance tiers in the DAO.
It's all designed to feed into each other, this single, connected, chain-bound realm, as they put it.
Yeah, that's the term they use.
Okay, let's shift slightly. The business model and who this is all for. The target audience described.
The source lists HNW families, high net worth youth, motorsports participants, general auto enthusiasts, and corporate teams.
Seems to track with the whole luxury invitation-only angle.
It does. And the revenue streams listed are pretty varied, too. The karting events themselves, Trek memberships, the ZNG token integration.
NFTs, obviously. And sponsorships.
Right, sponsorships. And even those are planned to be tied into the tech somehow. The idea mentioned is building sponsorship mechanics into the DAO and the pitches. They suggest potential partners like crypto brands, luxury brands, car companies, Web3 lifestyle brands.
And the hook for them.
That tokens or NFTs could offer exclusive brand perks or maybe collaborations within the Zeno ecosystem, leveraging both the physical exclusivity and the digital layer.
So layered value for sponsors, too.
Seems to be the plan. And the overall brand identity conveyed in the source material is, well, very strong, very specific language.
It really sets a tone, doesn't it? Phrases like, speed is bloodline,
The track is the treasury, the race is the ritual, the reward is sovereign.
monarch kart, legacy in motion.
And where prestige meets performance, earn, vault, drive, rule. It's all very potent language. Focused on prestige, performance, legacy, often tied to this digital sovereignty idea.
And they also spend time defining what it isn't, which I find interesting.
Yeah, the source explicitly says, this isn't Mario Kart, this is
Wow.
not a game, this is a guild. And this isn't a theme park.
Which really hammers home that serious, exclusive, financially integrated nature they're aiming for. It's not just fun and games.
Exactly, distinguishing it clearly from more casual or purely entertainment ventures.
So let's bring this back to you, the listener. Why does a concept like Zeno racing, as described in these sources, actually matter in the bigger picture?
Well, I think it's a really compelling case study, isn't it? You're seeing an attempt to deeply integrate a physical, real-world luxury experience with all this Web3 tech, blockchain, NFTs, DAOs, DeFi,
It's one vision for bridging those two worlds.
in a way that goes beyond just, selling a digital collectible that looks like a car. It's trying for deeper utility.
It definitely presents some potential aha moments when you think about it. Like, imagine a kart race where your performance doesn't just get you a trophy, but directly contributes to passive yield on your digital assets.
Or think about a digital NFT trophy actually granting you physical access, like to a VIP lounge at the track or a specific race session.
Or using tokens you earned on the track to vote on changing the layout of that track.
Exactly. It shows how these digital assets and on-chain activities aren't necessarily just confined to a screen. They could unlock real utilities, status, even governance within these exclusive real-world communities.
It's definitely pushing the boundaries of how we think about value ownership, especially in areas like leisure and sport.
For sure.
So we've taken a deep dive into Zeno racing today, exploring this really unique fusion. You've got the high-octane thrill of physical racing.
Colliding head-on with the complex, sometimes abstract world of decentralized finance and digital ownership, it's quite the mix.
It truly is. Which leaves us and you with this final thought to sort of mull over, drawn from the implications in the source material. What does the future look like where leisure activities like motorsports are deeply, maybe inextricably, linked to digital economies?
A future where your status, your access, maybe even your wealth isn't just tied to physical skill or traditional investments, but also to your on-chain performance, your digital asset ownership.
How might models like this Zeno racing concept challenge or maybe redefine our traditional ideas of luxury, of sport, and even investment itself?
It's a concept that definitely makes you pause and think, doesn't it? About how value and community are evolving in both the physical world and the digital realm.
Something definitely worth thinking about. Thanks for diving in with us today.
Yeah, fascinating stuff.
Keep exploring those concepts.